Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Shauna and I have 4 kids ranging from 2 to 19. I'm currently homeschooling 2 of them. And today's video is going to be a complete recap of all of our mid-year reflections, all of the curriculum that's working for us, not working for us, the things that we're changing, and all of that good stuff. So it is a collaboration hosted by myself and Davene over at Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. I'm going to link her channel and the playlist down below in the description bar, so make sure that you check it out when you are done with this video. But jumping into it. So if you guys have been around here for a little bit, then you know that for the first 2 years of us homeschooling, we used Masterbooks. And when I say that that was like the perfect curriculum to jump into homeschooling with, it really truly was for us. It was gentle. It was everything that my son needed when we started. And you know, it took him from really disliking language arts to being able to tolerate it and then actually somewhat enjoying it. And so that was a huge blessing. But we decided to change because there was just some inconsistencies I didn't like. I didn't like certain things, like they would get to the last couple of weeks in their book and then a brand new topic would be introduced that would take longer than a few weeks to just, you know, teach and kind of master. And there were just some other things where I wanted him to be challenged a little bit more. So this year, as I was trying to find a new curriculum, we decided to try out The Good and the Beautiful. And it was so scary to change. I was like just constantly asking myself, did I make the right choice? And for the most part, I think I did. For my kindergartner, their math and language arts is amazing. It has short lessons. They're to the point. It's really helping her to master reading and math, and I think that it's fun in all the right ways and it's educational in all the right ways. The only thing that I really feel like it's lacking in is because it's classified as a religious curriculum. I just wish that there was a little bit more talk about God and the Bible, because we got so used to that from Masterbooks where they were constantly talking about God every week, and I absolutely love that. And I just feel kind of like let down in that way with The Good and the Beautiful. We do make up for that in our Bible curriculum, but that's like my only con. And then as far as my 4th grader, you guys know their language arts was not working out. We stopped using it. So we took a whole month of December off. We stopped using it, I think in November. And we tried out the Brave Writer. That did not work out. We did reading the books from it, but I hated the setup so much. If you guys want to see more on all the reasons why I didn't like it, I'll link that review up here. So I was trying to go back and forth all December. What do I do? Do I buy a brand new curriculum? Do we jump into the middle of that curriculum and finish out the year? Do we start at the beginning and then just kind of flow on into next year? And then just always kind of be off by half a year? Or, do we finish out The Good and the Beautiful and I make some tweaks? So what I ultimately decided for his language arts was to make some tweaks and stick it out with The Good and the Beautiful. And so what I ended up doing was they have a lot of geography inside their lessons, and the reason why it wasn't working out for us is because between the language arts book and then the spelling and writing workshop, it was just taking him so long, and it was starting to turn him from starting to enjoy language arts again to starting to dislike it again. And I just didn't want it to ruin that joy that he was developing in that subject. So basically what I did was I cut out all of the geography. If the lesson is short, I'll still have him, and if that's basically the main part of the lesson for that day, I'll have him do it. But for the most part, he's only focusing on the things that are, language arts incorporated. So spelling, writing, grammar, things like that. But if it's hey, what are the borders of these countries? I don't have him do that every lesson. I do want him to learn those things, but he will learn them as he gets older. This is for my 4th grader, so I'm not, while it's important right now, it's not my main focus, especially since we have a geography curriculum that we're following as well. For his math, he is doing so well in it. I feel like it's like meeting him right where he's at, and it's getting him to where he needs to be. So I think for next year, we will stick with the good and the beautiful for math for both kids. Maybe language arts for my daughter, who's the kindergartner. I'm still not sure on what I'm going to use for him next year. I'm kind of leaning towards IEW, but that's only because we're considering a co-op, and this particular co-op, you have to use the curriculums that they choose. So that's what they choose for language arts. I don't like that idea though. I don't like giving up the freedom of getting to choose what works for our family and my kids. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm still researching though what language art programs are kind of like a mix of Masterbooks with the gentleness, but like more challenging aspects of the good and the beautiful. So if you have something where like, like it's a mix, can you let me know down below? Because I need something. I need something that he's going to enjoy, but also something that he's going to learn from, because, sometimes learning is not always enjoyable, but if I can make it enjoyable, I want to. All right, now on to science. So last year, science was amazing. It was fun. It was easy. It was everything that I could have hoped for and more. I was creating unit studies for my kids for science all last year. We were doing fun experiments and projects and reading, but it took a lot of time to plan and execute and research books that I wanted to use and things like that. So this year I decided, do you know what? We'll just kind of like take like the easy path and get a curriculum. That was such a mistake. So we started with Apologia, physics and chemistry, because I love chemistry, and it did not work. So it was just too textbooky and like too much reading for where my kindergartner is at. Now this curriculum is classified, I think, for like K through 6th grade. So, I mean, with their guidelines, it should have been fine, but it wasn't. So I am going to save that curriculum and use it when my kids are older, because I do think that it's a very solid curriculum, but it's just too much for this point. So we moved on to Beautiful Feet Books, History of Science, and that one is really, really great, but it is designated for 4th to 7th grade, and it's just too much for my kindergartner right now. And I had a feeling it might be, but I wanted to try it anyway because we're using their history curriculum, and that has been working beautifully. So I thought, hey, you know what? Why not try their History of Science? So we're still using that curriculum, but I'm not following their plan. We've just been reading the book, so they're getting to learn about the scientists and what they made and what they did and how everything came about. So what I plan on doing for next year is completely ditching all science curriculums and just going back to making our unit studies and making science fun again and a joy to learn and just exciting to do. Now, as far as our history, we are still using Beautiful Feet Books, Early American History. I completely love this curriculum, and this is coming from someone who has never liked history. I've never enjoyed it. It has been more of a chore to do than something exciting to learn. And so I have completely fallen in love with this curriculum. It's probably my absolute favorite thing to even do during our day, as well as my children. So we are sticking with that, and we are going to be using their All Around the World curriculum next year. I'm super excited to start that. If you guys want to see their Early American History, my review on it, then I'll link it up here. That curriculum, Beautiful Feet Books, just they make learning fun no matter what the subject is. I know I just kind of dissed the science, but the science wasn't bad. It's just not, I used it at a time when I shouldn't have because I have a kindergartner. So But their history, you guys, it's so much fun. Like, I cannot say enough good things about their history curriculum. If you are someone who does not enjoy history, if your child does not enjoy history, check out Beautiful Feet books. They make it fun. They teach it through literature. You get to read a lot of beautiful and fun books that you get to have good conversations on, and it's wonderful. I cannot say enough good things. Our Bible curriculum, we have been using Not Consumed for this entire year. We are going to be taking a break from it in a week or two so we can start a separate Bible study, but we have really enjoyed this. It has brought up a lot of good conversations. Each one basically goes over kind of like a character trait. Like the first one that we did, I believe it was fruit of the tongue. So we talked about our words and how powerful they are and how, you know, devastating they can be if used the wrong way. And it's been really nice to be able to have those conversations with the kids. And then even when we're done using it, you know, those lessons never just stop being made. So when, you know, one of us speaks rudely, we're like, oh, remember fruit of the tongue. So it's one of those lessons that just continues to carry on no matter how long it's been since you've done it. And then we also used a content heart, and that one has been really nice just to kind of paint the picture of all that we should be grateful for, but also looking out for the things that other people don't have. So then we can see if there's a need somewhere that we're able to fill, or we're able to pray over for someone, and just recognizing that we really are in a position where we're blessed instead of just thinking, oh, well, we don't have this and we don't have that, and just kind of comparing to other people. So far we are loving the Not Consumed Bible studies. If you guys want to see a review of some of the items that we have, I'll link them up here in case you are interested in checking that out for your Bible curriculum. Those have been really fun. One thing that I did forget to mention is we have started using their Faithopedias. I have not been diligent in doing it consistently. I think we're still on Genesis from the Old Testament, but it's been really nice just to see like the timelines of the periods of when things happen in the Bible, and just being able to get more of like a well-rounded picture of, you know, the readings that we are going through, and just kind of understanding everything a little bit better. I think that's been really nice. Now, as far as extracurriculars go, my kids are going to be starting a theater class this month, which I'm really excited about. They did a camp 2 summers ago. We just ended up not adding them because we had so much on our plate. But this year, I think it's going to be really great for them. I think it's going to build up their confidence. It's going to help them to step out of their comfort zone. They are both naturally shy, so I think that this will be like the perfect thing to add in that will just help them overcome whatever fears that they have when that shyness hits. And, you know, even if they don't turn into extroverts overnight, they can at least learn how to overcome certain, you know, introverted tendencies. And so I'm really looking forward to that, and it'll be a really great class. As far as the last thing that we are changing, it has nothing to do with school or curriculum or children or our homeschool, none of that. It is all about mom, and I'm mentioning this because I feel like every mom needs to remember to add something in for her. Now, last year, I basically ate, slept, and breathed homeschool. I mean, between the homeschool YouTube channel and homeschooling my children, I was basically like, anytime I would take time for myself, it was to research something for homeschool, whether it was our curriculum or reading books or subscription boxes. I was just like a homeschooling machine. And it kind of wore me out a little bit. So I just decided I'm not doing that this year. I love homeschooling with my whole heart, and I talk to you guys about it every single week. I mean, it's such a joy in our life, and it has just completely transformed the way that we're approaching our parenting and our homeschooling and just our family in general. But it can't be all of who I am, and I feel like somebody here needs to hear that it cannot be all of who you are either. You need to be a person outside of your husband, outside of your family, outside of your children. So find things to do for yourself. One of the things that I love about going to our jiu-jitsu classes or swim classes is that I get to take a book with me, and I get to take that time and read it. And that has been such a joy. It has been so nourishing to my soul to be able to make time for something that I enjoy. And then sometimes the book is just for fun. Sometimes it's something that will help me to, parent better or parent with a better perspective. Sometimes it's a devotional, something that nourishes my soul in a godly way. But, no matter what I'm reading, it's something that I'm doing for myself, which, just brings this different kind of light to you. And then the last thing that I'm working in for myself is I'm going back to working out. I have been working out for the most part consistently for the past month. And it makes me feel so good. It makes my body feel strong that I can do things. And I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I was at last year, which is where like my goal is right now. But I'm slowly getting there. And you guys, aging is sometimes not for the faint of heart. Things change, you guys. But it's something that I know will make me strong and make me healthy. And as I work through the grief of my miscarriage, instead of throwing myself into sadness and damaging things, I can throw myself into something good. I can leave all my sadness out on the workout floor, and just kind of, it makes you stronger, not just physically but mentally. And so no matter what you're going through, whether working out is your jam or reading or crocheting or gardening, make time for the things that you enjoy doing, because it's going to breathe new life into you, and it's going to put your mind and your body and your spirit in a place where you can homeschool and mother from a place of peace instead of a place of weariness. So that is it. That is all I have to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed hearing about this recap and some of the curriculum that has worked for us and that has not worked for us. It has been kind of a wild year in terms of curriculum. I've never changed curriculum this much within a 1 year span. So if you have to, know that you're not alone. I would love to hear how your year is going so far. So let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to check out the playlist. So many mamas are joining us to share in how their year is going as well. And I cannot wait to hear what they have to say. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I'll see you again later. Bye.